Well, the question of the U.S. regime, whether it's the Bush regime or the Obama regime, and their attitude toward international law is a very difficult issue to address because both seem to have utter disregard for international law. We know that George Bush, on the evening of 9/11, told his chief national security advisors that he didn't care. Well, it was a direct quote from Richard Clark, Bush. I don't care what the international lawyers say. We are going to kick some ass. Okay. Now that's an American expression for mount attacks of all kinds of aggression against people that we don't like. Iraq had nothing to do with what happened on 9/11, and yet they were next on the list. Now, what John Brennan said just recently was that, sometimes, quote, you have to take lives to save lives, end quote. He's talking about drone strikes in Pakistan run by the CIA. Now, why is it that the CIA is running those drone strikes and not the Air Force? Well, it's very simple. If the Air Force did it, it would be a clear violation of international law since we are not at war with Pakistan. To have the CIA do it, well, that's precisely why the CIA is asked to do this. They do all manner of things that violate international law, and up until now, up until Brennan's speech, could be avoided by saying, well, we don't talk about those things, they're secret. The problem here, of course, is that these drone strikes, and everyone knows this, create more terrorists. So the war will keep going on, and the question is who profits? And the answer to that, of course, are the officers, the high officers with stars on their lapels, the senior generals, the admirals, the people who make careers out of war, and even more important, the arms makers, the arms dealers, the ones that profiteer on the war. And so you have the general in charge of our forces in Afghanistan saying, well, the new norm is a long war. And you have David Petraeus saying that, well, these wars are going to be fought by our grandchildren, so don't expect anything to stop soon. Now, that makes Pakistan very angry to have these drones killing not only suspected militants, whatever a militant is, but also civilians, and that's very clear. And so one aspect of that, which is very bizarre and ironic, is that in December they cut off the routes for U.S. forces to reinforce or to supply the forces in Afghanistan. The war cannot be prosecuted as long as those routes are closed. And now the Obama administration is in the ridiculous, the bizarre situation of wanting to reopen those roads, not so much to get more material and forces into Afghanistan to resupply them, but to be able to get the heavy tanks and all those other equipment out of Afghanistan by the end of 2014. So the way not to do that is to do drone strikes against Pakistan. And one wonders whether the bottom line here is that the worse the better. As long as we can make more terrorists by these bombs, these drones, then the profits will go up. The senior officers will be promoted. The arms dealers will give heavy contributions to both political parties. The people in Congress will remain in office, and everything will be just wonderful. What a great country we have become.